Hello, Hackogrammers. Welcome back to another episode of our Certified Ethical Hacker course. In the previous episode, we discussed the foundation of ethical hacking and the different types of hackers. Today, we'll talk about the importance of using methodologies and explore the cyber kill chain, which is a model that describes the stages of an attack from reconnaissance to exfiltration. So, let's get started. As with many other disciplines, employing a methodology is crucial in ethical hacking. Methodologies provide consistency, repeatability, and process improvement, which are all essential for effective and efficient security assessments. The industry utilizes various testing and assessment methodologies, often based on expectations of attacker behavior. While these models may or may not perfectly reflect reality, understanding how attackers operate is essential. The cyber kill chain developed by Lockheed Martin is a model that shows the different stages of a targeted cyber attack. It has 7 stages: reconnaissance, weaponization, delivery, exploitation, installation, command and control, and actions on objectives. It helps defenders understand and prevent malware incidents by identifying the actions and goals of the attackers at each stage. Let's take a look at each stage and see what they mean. The first stage is reconnaissance. In this stage, the attacker researches potential targets and their vulnerabilities, both online and offline. They may use tools like Google, Shodan, or Nmap to find out information about your network, such as your IP address, open ports, or services running. They may also use social engineering techniques to trick you or your employees into revealing sensitive data, such as passwords or access codes. This stage is crucial for the attacker to plan their attack and find the best way to infiltrate the target. After the attacker has enough information about the target, they move on to the second stage, weaponization. In this stage, the attacker creates a malicious payload that can exploit the target's vulnerabilities. The payload may be a malware, a ransomware, a backdoor, or any other type of malicious code. The attacker may also use tools to obfuscate or encrypt the payload to avoid detection. This stage is important for the attacker to prepare their attack and make it more effective and stealthy. Once the attacker has a ready payload, they proceed to the third stage, delivery. In this stage, the attacker sends the payload to the target, either through email attachments, web links, removable media, or other vectors. The attacker may also use social engineering or spoofing to trick the target into opening or executing the payload. This stage is critical for the attacker to reach the target and initiate their attack. If the target opens or executes the payload, they enter the fourth stage, exploitation. In this stage, the payload executes on the target's system and exploits the vulnerability to gain access or privileges. The exploitation may be remote or local, depending on the type of vulnerability and payload. This stage is essential for the attacker to gain a foothold on the target and establish their presence. Now that the attacker has access to the target system, they advance to the fifth stage, installation. In this stage, the payload installs itself on the target system and creates a persistent presence. The installation may involve creating registry keys, modifying system files, or creating hidden folders or processes. This stage is necessary for the attacker to maintain their access and avoid being removed. With a persistent presence on the target system, the attacker moves on to the sixth stage, command and control. In this stage, the payload communicates with the attacker's server and receives instructions or updates. The communication may use standard or custom protocols, such as HTTP, FTP, DNS, or IRC. The attacker may also use encryption or proxy servers to hide the communication. This stage is vital for the attacker to control their payload and update their attack. Finally, the attacker reaches their goal in the seventh and final stage, actions on objectives. In this stage, the attacker achieves their goal, such as stealing data, encrypting files, destroying systems, or disrupting operations. The attacker may also try to cover their tracks by deleting logs, disabling security software, or wiping out evidence. This stage is where the attacker causes damage or harm to the target and completes their attack. As you can see here, the cyber kill chain provides a useful way to understand and analyze how attackers operate and how to defend against them. By identifying and disrupting each stage of the kill chain, we can prevent or minimize the impact of cyber attacks. In the next videos, we will talk about more models. We will discuss the attacker lifecycle and how it compares and contrasts with the cyber kill chain that we learned in this episode. We will also discuss the ethical hacking methodology and how it guides us through the phases of ethical hacking. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below.